So we'll be moving to one of our highlighted matchups at 184. Two ranked wrestlers. Nate Dugan, a Princeton captain, the senior from Mooresville, North Carolina, who's 14-5, and Aaron Ayzerov, the junior from Paramus, here in the Garden State. He's 12-7 this season, and this one expecting to be a barn burner. Dugan, I think more than any Princeton wrestler, is a leader by example. He just has that workman look to him, and you kind of gravitate to just see how he handles his business. And again, so far this season, a lot of success. 4-1 in duels competition. His only loss came by 1 against Rutgers.
Yeah, Dugan's really impressed me this year, and he's been the leader that this team needed. I think that he really, took control of this captainship and is, trying to make the most out of it. So he's, again, leads by example, but I think he also puts it on himself to come out here and, score as many points as possible and get his hand raised to show the rest of the team, hey, this is what we expect from you guys.
His Princeton wrestling days, congratulations to Quincy at the end of the 2023 portion of the calendar year. He won a bid for Olympic trials by clinching a crown at 74 kilos. So he's got a lot left in his tank moving forward.
Yeah, he won the senior nationals, came out of there with the cowboy hat, which is what the champs get, and a nice big stop sign. Anyone who has one of those is it's usually pretty good. So it's really cool to see, and watching him wrestle overseas was a lot of fun as well. And I'm really excited. I'm actually going out to Paris, so I'm hoping I get to watch him compete out there.
Well, it will be a fun time out in July. If you catch me in France, it'll be probably a week or two before that. It'll be crazy times in Paris, but
no doubt.
It's a fun summer coming up with the Olympics, which again I believe the torch ceremony will be July 24th, which is actually 3 days after the Tour de France finishes. So that's kind of what I was teasing for myself there.
Very, very
hoping. We'll see. The action here now with Nate Dugan. He's able to get the 3. Ayzerov able to roll through. And that was a very quick motion, and not surprised to see the challenge there from Columbia. It's going to come to a matter if there was enough control before Ayzerov was able to get out of bounds.
I mean, that outside step that Dugan hits, it's just, he just disappears on you. It's so quick, and he turns that corner. I mean, I think it's going to be hard to overturn this 3 points. He controlled it all the way through, even through out of bounds. So I would think that this is going to stand, but you never know. I guess we'll get a good look at this coming up as we see what the refs are looking at.
Yeah, once we get a replay view, as you see it now, this is what the officials are looking at.
Lefty outside step, really nice job of just continuing to get that angle, that corner.
I'm thinking about this as if I'm shooting a film or shooting a television shot, and it's like a jump cut for anyone who is familiar in that industry, where it's just all of a sudden a frame is missing and the guy's right back in your field of vision, and then he's taking you down. But this, again, do you see here enough of control, Pat, for it to be 3?
Here's what I see. I see control here, and as the roll happens, watch, he continues to maintain control. That's control through the roll, right? So even though he's rolling, that hip control is happening. You can call 2 in the middle of that scramble type position there. So I would say this is going to stand, but what do I know?
All the officials will either confirm or deny your theory, and they confirm it, Pat. So
a lot of close calls, though. A lot of close calls in this dual meet so far, and it's been great. It's been a lot of fun to watch. I've had a lot of fun watching some great wrestling with you tonight.
And in the matter of control, I'll give the officials full credit for how they have controlled everything, consistent with the stall calls, assertive in terms of confident in their reviews and replays.
And willing to take a look as well. right? Not forcing the coaches to throw the challenge in stuff that's objectively very close. So I love to see that out of the referees. Great job tonight.
Ayzerov able to quickly shrug off the takedown with an escape. He's down by 2, but it wasn't much riding time for Nate Dugan. And again, these two are very evenly matched in terms of what the press and the coaches think about them, but it's going to come down to the battle on the mat. And so far, it's Dugan, slight advantage, trying to extend the lead, and a great job defensively with the hips of Ayzerov.
He's got that seatbelt position. Let's see if he can do something with it, Dugan here. Now he comes back to that underhook, giving himself head position. He's got a little bit of an angle. See if he tries to take that single leg, but lets it go back to clear.
30 seconds.
Ayzerov tries to go in deep, and great defense from Dugan. Final half-minute, first period.
Now this is an important position. Do you let a stalemate happen, or do you try to continue to score? Looks like both guys are pretty much okay with a stalemate, but you'd like to see someone try to capitalize, right? This is a short time takedown position where, right, someone could score.
3.
Back to clear, though.
So it does seem the two are content with 3-1 Nate Dugan lead through the first 3 minutes. Dugan last year, the first alternate at 184 for the NCAA tournament. Unfortunately for him, the call didn't come, and he wants to smash right past that spot this year, punch his ticket to the NCAA championships, but that is still a long road ahead, and one step at a time. He's trying to take down a ranked opponent here today.
Yeah, and the guy in front of him is someone who he got pinned by last year, so this is personal for sure. And again, like you said, not looking forward to anything other than this match that's going on right now.
Again, that was a good afternoon for Columbia last year in the 27-13 victory, and Tigers are trying to return the favor here at home. They've won so far 6 of the first 7 matches, or excuse me, 5 of the first 7 matches, leading 16-7. 3-1 the score remains. Ayzerov so far riding through the first 40 seconds of the second period. Dugan's been strong defensively in terms of protecting the back, but he's now going to have to try to look to make a move here to earn himself a point and not make riding time a factor moving forward.
Yeah, Ayzerov's doing a really good job, and I think this is the position that Dugan got caught in the last match. And right, stalemate right there, nothing really doing. That leg in kind of stopped progressing, and ultimately they decided to give him a fresh start here. But Dugan's got to have some urgency here. He's already got almost a minute of riding time up against him, so that's a big point. That's going to be a big point if that winds up getting across the finish line.
Especially at the least getting 1 point in with an escape. Tries for a quick restart, but Ayzerov in good control.
A similar position to that top leg in. See if Dugan can wiggle his way out of here.
He may be able to reverse. Nate still gets to his feet. Ayzerov able to re-attack. Got the leg up high. It was close to getting the escape. Maybe an extra step of space where he could have turned back in towards the center. He might have been able to grab that 4th point. Instead, it remains 3-1. Final half minute and change in the second period.
That's a good job of Ayzerov to find a way to stay on top. It saved the big point right there, at least thus far through the second period.
We've been crawling for a moment there, trying to break the hold. And he might be able to get to his feet or reverse, but Ayzerov again keeping control.
15 seconds.
Short time. Every time it feels like Dugan gets the advantage, Ayzerov's had to reply until then, and he gets 2 in short time to make it 5-1. It just felt like it was building back and forth, and finally Dugan in crunch time got it done.
Ayzerov almost rolled him through to catch him almost in a roll-through tilt there, but Dugan found a way to get his wrist free and got the reversal there at the end of the second period. That's a huge point. Watch his wrist Ayzerov goes down to this left wrist, and Dugan just finds a way before getting rolled through to get that wrist free and keep that reversal.
Kind of just slips it off. And as a result, 5-1 the score. Ayzerov, quick escape. He does have a minute and 26 seconds of riding time. So you're thinking here, if you're Columbia, get the takedown.
Yeah, takedown wins
that's
it. Takedown wins it, right? And we talked about it before, right? That riding time point is huge.
And if you're Dugan, if somehow you are taken down, you got to quickly get back up and not allow the ride out to the end of the period. There's still 85 seconds left, but this one wide open. One of our highlighted ranked matchups. One of a quartet here today.
It's lived up to that hype so far. Definitely a lot of action and back and forth, nip and tuck, just back and forth, and been fun to watch so far.
Stall warning assessed to Nate Dugan. So that's another thing to keep an eye on. No more stalls to give, obviously. Final minute, third period. You are willing to take more stalls if you don't get taken down, but if you get another stall, the takedown very much opens the door for Ayzerov.
Yeah, I think the coaches want to see, and I'm sure his teammates want to see him ice this thing, right? Get a takedown late in the period, finish this match on top, and just have no, leave nothing up to choice here.
As an explosive defense from Nate Dugan. Ayzerov tried to continue the attack, but it went out of bounds. He starts early here. So warning. Now back into action, final half minute. If there's a decision victory for Nate Dugan, the best Columbia can do is, with a pair of pins, force it into criteria. And that would mean Luke Stout on deck, going up against Columbia's Jack Waymeyer. Will try to clinch the victory for Princeton. If Ayzerov, though, gets the victory here in comeback fashion as a stall called against Dugan, point to Ayzerov, short time. Columbia can get back in it. It's now 5-4, but Dugan, he's looking for a takedown and more. Trying to get a hold of Ayzerov, and the period comes to an end. And like every coach that is battling for every second, every point, he throws the brick, even though it's a decision victory for Nate Dugan.
that's just something that I think
I'll correct myself. It's not.
They're gonna give
not.
It
It's 5-4. Okay, give it to him. I'll clarify on that. If that was not a takedown, it would have actually been 5-5. So that takedown clinched it and prevented going to overtime.
Yeah, I think that was more of a principle thing than anything else, right? They wanted that last takedown for, their own pride. Those Princeton Tigers did, so.
Yeah, but I was saying I erroneously said it first. That would have went to go to sudden victory.
Oh,
correct. Could have been 5-5.
Correct, right.
We're thinking.